All right. According to this, I am live, which is fantastic. Very happy to see that. This looks a little different. I'm looking and it looks like I can see the volume of the microphone, which is really cool. I'm going to see if I can get this a little closer. Oh, we got some buzzing going on. They're doing some construction. Oh, well, what can you do? So, yesterday, let's talk about that just for a minute. Yesterday for the Chiefs was a little wild. They played a good game. Patrick Mahomes played a great game. There were just way too many drops. They looked unpolished to me, and I had a feeling that might happen. And I also said that I felt like the Lions would win by a field goal, somewhere between 3 and 6 points. I think that's what I said. And they wanted it. And they've wanted it from the beginning, where I feel like there's a lot of internal chaos going on right now with the Chiefs. It's not a good time. They are definitely a little crazy right now. Okay, I got my glasses on here. We're good. We are very impatient. We want instant gratification in everything we do. We want it to work out perfectly, and it has to be phenomenal, and everything has to play out the way it is. And that's not football. It's not football at all. And, having no Travis Kelsey there, right, is a huge thing. Think about it. How many times did they just win last year? By the skin of their teeth. They pulled it out, right? A lot. And you take out major factors, and they've lost a lot of pieces. And they're in negotiation with certain pieces that are in the stands, which I thought was very bold, but to each his own. Some people think this year is going to be the breakout year for Deshaun Watson. And I haven't seen that yet, but there's a lot of year ahead. There's over 150 days left. So we'll see how that plays out. But he looks rusty to me. And the other thing that we have to discuss too is that just because a team did well last year does not mean they're going to do well this year. We have to come to grips with that. And you cannot expect the Chiefs to keep pulling miracles. They just can't. The roster is older. It's not what it used to be. It just isn't. And they had moments last year, even the Super Bowl, where that could have went either way. We're talking one play. People don't fumble, right? Where last night, the receivers couldn't catch it for their life. They were rusty. They were nervous. Maybe the crowd was too much for them. And, there's something to be said about being undervalued, which is what was going on with Detroit. They were incredibly undervalued, not respected. That's kind of what the Chiefs went through last year. Everybody thought Philadelphia would come in and they would absolutely annihilate them. That did not happen. It just didn't. The other thing is, too, Detroit this year is a more complete weapon. They have more pieces than they've ever had before, and the rookies look good. They look really good. And I, living so close to Detroit, have always been a Detroit fan, even when they didn't necessarily deserve it. But we also have to be patient with people who just came back from an injury, right? And if you were not in training camp, there's a very good chance you're not going to be stellar in your first game. So But Andy Reid is getting a lot of heat. I'm noticing, though, Patrick Mahomes is not, which is good because I don't think there's a team in the league that wouldn't want to have him. And I think he's going to have a great year. I don't think they're going to win more than 12 games this year. So they're going to make the playoffs. They still have a great chance of winning. They may have to acquire some pieces to make that happen. They seem to have no running game. And I mean no running game. Zero. Zilch. So, and people are nasty on Twitter. Oh my Lord, the things they're saying. Like some people were saying they look like they had bricks tied to their hands. Well, it wasn't quite that bad. It just looked like they weren't in sync and they needed more time to develop. That's all. What's it going to be like for teams like New York? The Jets. What's that going to be like? If that does not go well, that is going to be an ugly mess. If it goes great, fantastic. But some of the players I thought looked good, though, like really good. Like they showed immense potential. And the other problem is, too, when your running back is your greatest runner, the person that is your running game is your quarterback, who is deceivingly fast, looks like he's always going for a light trot. Occasionally you see him at full speed. The other thing is, too, what's your mindset like after last year? Last year was crazy. He was in pain all the time. And he's probably worried now not to get hurt early. And the roster is getting older, including all the people who want money, which I think is hilarious. And the wonderful thing about rookies is you pay them nothing. You pay them literally nothing in comparison to what you pay the stars. It says Tony dropped 3 passes last night against the Lions. Here's the thing, though. If you had Travis in the lineup, I guarantee you have at least one more score, which means you have a win. And let's not think for a second that all this drama is not affecting the team. But the Lions showed that that is not the Lions of last year. The Lions were amazing last year. Don't get me wrong. But with the added bonuses of Jamar Gibbs, he showed greatness, in the few plays they used him. And there's not too many individuals in the league that move like that. So that was a great asset that they acquired. I really didn't feel this year that Kansas City acquired anybody that is going to be a massive, quick difference. Now, some of these people that they have may develop into stars, and that might be a year, 2 years from now. It might not even be with that team. But you can expect to be missing pieces and not be deficient. And they were very deficient in many ways. The other thing is, too, don't underestimate, the coaching. The coaching for the Dan Campbell's crazy. He is a fierce competitor. And he has a great belief in his squad. And his squad has showed last night that they have the ability to win. And if you can beat Kansas City, the Chiefs, you have the ability to beat anyone in the league. Have a great day. God bless you all. Take care. Be happy.